In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. Those who took this faith of Islam as mere amusement and play and were deluded by their worldly life, Allah will say, "Today we will ignore them just as they ignored the coming of this day of theirs and for rejecting our revelations. We have certainly brought them a book which we explained with knowledge, a guide and mercy for those who believe. Do they only await the fulfillment of its warning, the day it will be fulfilled? Those who ignored it before will say, 'The messengers of our Lord certainly came with the truth. Are there any intercessors who can plead on our behalf? Or can we be sent back so we may do good, unlike what we used to do?' They will have certainly ruined themselves, and whatever gods they fabricated will fail them. Indeed, your Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then established himself on the throne. He makes the day and night overlap in rapid succession. He created the sun, the moon, and the stars, all subjected by his command. The creation and the command belong to him alone. Blessed is Allah, Lord of all worlds. Call upon your Lord humbly and secretly. Surely he does not like the transgressors. Do not spread corruption in the land after it has been set in order, and call upon him with hope and fear. Indeed, Allah's mercy is always close to the good doers. He is the one who sends the winds, ushering in his mercy. When they bear heavy clouds, we drive them to a lifeless land and then cause rain to fall, producing every type of fruit. Similarly, we will bring the dead to life, so perhaps you will be mindful. He is the one who sends the winds, ushering in his mercy. When they bear heavy clouds, we drive them to a lifeless land and then cause rain to fall, producing every type of fruit. Similarly, we will bring the dead to life, so perhaps you will be mindful. The fertile land produces abundantly by the will of its Lord, whereas the infertile land hardly produces anything. This is how we vary our lessons to those who are thankful. Indeed, we sent Noah to his people. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except him. I truly fear for you the torment of a tremendous day." But the chiefs of his people said, "We surely see that you are clearly misguided." He replied, "O my people, I am not misguided, but I am a messenger from the Lord of all worlds, conveying to you my Lord's messages and giving you sincere advice, and I know from Allah what you do not know. Do you find it astonishing that a reminder should come to you from your Lord through one of your own, warning you, so you may beware and perhaps be shown mercy? But they rejected him, so we saved him and those with him in the ark, and drowned those who rejected our signs. They were certainly a blind people, and to the people of Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except him. Will you not then fear him?" The disbelieving chiefs of his people responded, "We surely see you as a fool, and we certainly think you are a liar." Hud replied, "O my people, I am no fool, but I am a messenger from the Lord of all worlds, conveying to you my Lord's messages, and I am your sincere advisor. Do you find it astonishing that a reminder should come to you from your Lord through one of your own, so he may warn you? Remember that he made you successors after the people of Noah and increased you greatly in stature. So remember Allah's favors, so you may be successful." They said, "Have you come to us so that we would worship Allah alone and abandon what our forefathers used to worship? Then bring us what you threaten us with, if what you say is true." He said, "You will certainly be subjected to your Lord's torment and wrath. Do you dispute with me regarding the so-called gods which you and your forefathers have made up, a practice Allah has never authorized? Then wait, I too am waiting with you." So we saved him and those with him by our mercy and uprooted those who denied our signs. They were not believers. And to the people of Thamud, we sent their brother Salih. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except Him. A clear proof has come to you from your Lord. This is Allah's she-camel as a sign to you. So leave her to graze freely on Allah's land and do not harm her, or else you will be overcome by a painful punishment. Remember when He made you successors after Ad and established you in the land, and you built palaces on its plains and carved homes into mountains. So remember Allah's favors and do not go about spreading corruption in the land." The arrogant chiefs of his people asked the lowly who believed among them, "Are you certain that Salih has been sent by his Lord?" They replied, "We certainly believe in what he has been sent with." The arrogant said, "We surely reject what you believe in." Then they killed the she-camel, defying their Lord's command, and challenged Salih, "Bring us what you threaten us with, if you are truly one of the messengers." Then an overwhelming earthquake struck them, and they fell lifeless in their homes. So he turned away from them, saying, "O my people, surely I conveyed to you my Lord's message and gave you sincere advice, but you do not like sincere advisers. And remember when Lot scolded the men of his people, saying, 'Do you commit a shameful deed that no man has ever done before? You lust after men instead of women. You are certainly transgressors.' But his people's only response was to say, 'Expel them from your land. They are a people who wish to remain chaste.' So we saved him and his family, except his wife, who was one of the doomed. We poured upon them a rain of brimstone. See what was the end of the wicked. And to the people of Midian, we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, 'O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except Him. A clear proof has already come to you from your Lord. So give just measure and weight. Do not defraud people of their property, nor spread corruption in the land after it has been set in order. This is for your own good, if you are truly believers. And do not lie in ambush on every road, threatening and hindering those who believe in Allah from His path and striving to make it appear crooked. Remember when you were few, then He increased you in number. And consider the fate of the corruptors. If some of you do believe in what I have been sent with, while others do not, then be patient until Allah judges between us. He is the best of judges." The arrogant chiefs of his people threatened, "O Shu'aib, we will certainly expel you and your fellow believers from our land, unless you return to our faith." He replied, "Even if we hate it, we would surely be fabricating a lie against Allah if we were to return to your faith after Allah has saved us from it. It does not befit us to return to it unless it is the will of Allah, our Lord. Our Lord has encompassed everything in His knowledge. In Allah we trust. Our Lord, judge between us and our people with truth. You are the best of those who judge." The disbelieving chiefs of his people threatened, "If you follow Shu'aib, you will surely be losers." Then an overwhelming earthquake struck them, and they fell lifeless in their homes. Those who rejected Shu'aib were wiped out as if they had never lived there. Those who rejected Shu'aib were the true losers. He turned away from them, saying, "O my people, indeed, I have delivered to you the messages of my Lord and gave you sincere advice. How can I then grieve for those who chose to disbelieve? Whenever we sent a prophet to a society, we afflicted its disbelieving people with suffering and adversity, so perhaps they would be humbled. Then we changed their adversity to prosperity until they flourished and argued falsely. Our forefathers, too, had been visited by adversity and prosperity, so we seized them by surprise while they were unaware. Had the people of those societies been faithful and mindful of Allah, we would have overwhelmed them with blessings from heaven and earth. But they disbelieved, so we seized them for what they used to commit. Did the people of those societies feel secure that our punishment would not come upon them by night while they were asleep? Or did they feel secure that our punishment would not come upon them by day while they were at play? Did they feel secure against Allah's planning? None would feel secure from Allah's planning except the losers. Is it not clear to those who take over the land after the destruction of its former residents that, if we will, we can punish them too for their sins and seal their hearts so they will not hear the truth